I am Mexican-American, Chicana, born and raised in the state of Kansas. When most people hear Chicana, they think West Coast, but Chicanos are all over the United States. Even though I am a citizen, like most Chicanos, I live and struggle in two worlds. Never quite Mexican enough to be considered Mexican, and never really American enough to be truly accepted as an American. Like most immigrants, my parents thought the best way to protect their children was to encourage them to assimilate fully into American culture. For me, that meant suppressing my Mexican heritage, and I had to lose sight of my own identity to fit in. When you're trying to be somebody else's definition of you, one of the first things that goes is your authentic ability to experience the world around you. For me, that was especially true of art and artistic expression. Yet, authentic reminders of my love of the arts were all around me. I watched my dad paint and knew he wanted to be an architect, often painting geometric images of buildings. My mom had dreams of being a fashion designer. She always wore beautiful dresses. In my eyes, she was always pristine. My parents loved the arts, but they never really believed art could be anything in their lives other than a wilted dream. Paintings hidden away in a hallway closet. Much like my parents, I had to start to believe that art was something Chicanos did as a hobby, not for a living. This is where my story begins. It's about a love of culturally authentic art being fully and authentically expressed, something I discovered in one of the most unlikely places, my Uncle Lupe's garage. Being a young child and going to my uncle's home in Kansas City, Kansas, the neighborhood was worn down. Houses needed to be painted, overgrown lawns, abandoned cars. Nothing is perfect, except walking into his garage. It was unlike anything I have ever seen. The walls were filled with posters of men and women in zoot suits, Aztec warriors, and tools meticulously hung. And in the center was the embodiment of perfection, this bright, beautiful machine. It sparkled in the light, wet as if my uncle had just painted it, but I knew this car's paint was not fresh. However, his artistic ability to create a masterpiece on metal could bring out the beauty, which in my eyes was priceless. The fabrics were like nothing I had ever seen. Velvet cush was everywhere, even on the trim, hanging on the top of the roof of the car. Chrome glistened. For someone who had never been to a museum, except on a field trip with my school, I realized how much my world was filled with art. The magic was when my uncle turned the car on. The pumps in the back aired up, and the ability to raise the car from 4 wheels of tires on the ground to 3 was insane. How in the world did this ever happen? What artistic abilities of the unknown is my uncle using? Selling your soul was what I thought could be the only way until, of course, I got older and realized it takes a lot of talent and skill to install hydraulics. My draw to art was always present. I just did not know it. It started with my parents, and my uncle's garage sealed the deal. Lowriders use art to make our mark in this world by using color and beauty to tell our cultural stories, telling the story of what it means to be American from the Chicano experience. Lowriders and the Chicano culture are who I am. To say we live and breathe in it is an understatement. It is truly our lifestyle. From the days growing up and visiting my uncle's garage, to be able to attend a parade where 3-year-old magic was displayed in his car, the art on metal was special. Lowriders were my first experience of art in the custom paint, custom interior, and stereo system, as well as the hydraulic setup. Lowriders are a true masterpiece that ride low and slow on the streets. My husband immigrated here from Mexico City when he was 13 years old. He too has a similar story as my dad and my Uncle Lupe. He is an artist and a lowrider. As an immigrant, he did not relate to Chicano. However, he has love and respect for the culture. Lowriding came from grassroots, the barrio, a way of life, similar to him and many. Lowriding came from the younger generations, encouraging self-expression, creating the style you like, and being proud of what you created. Pride, family, respect, determination, and the everlasting voice that we, Chicanos, Mexican Americans, belong here. Watch us as we cruise the streets. It is funny how life comes back full-fold. Meeting my husband was fate, I guess. My whole life has revolved around this lifestyle. my story, my family's story, goes on to the many collaborations with the lowrider community and artists within it. The Latino Arts Festival is one way I was able to bring artists in the visual and creative writing world to merge with the lowrider artists whom art is on metal. The merge created 4 years of festivities of art for all ages and backgrounds, giving all a voice to be heard all around KC and beyond. From my parents to the lowrider lifestyle, to my husband's shop and my own children's love for art, I had an epiphany that art is everywhere. My passion to create and wanting my own children to be free to create, I knew I had to provide a safe, creative space where that could happen. I wanted to find a way for people, any age and background, to find the same kind of passion and appreciation for art that the lowrider community had given me. This is part of the reason I opened the Latino Arts Foundation. The Latino Arts Foundation is a nonprofit organization created to bring forth the fiercely authentic voice of the underrepresented artists through our diverse stories, cultures, and beliefs, creating an artist-based space of their community for their community. Do you know the expression, if you can't see it, you can't be it? I am giving our aspiring young artists a place where they can imagine a future making and creating art, whether that is visual or creative writing, where mentors support and guide their mentees in hopes to give them tools to see their full potential as a creative artist. And just like my uncle's garage and my parents' own artistic expression, Latino Arts Foundation is where the magic can begin. Thank you.